Hello, welcome back to Truthseekerstea. My name is Kate and I am thankful to have you here for today's pick a card reading. We're going to be looking at your person's current thoughts and feelings for you. We'll be starting off with an energy check-in just to see and make sure that you guys are picking the right pile for you. So we'll go into how you're currently feeling about your person in the connection. And then we'll spend a lot more time on how your person's feeling and thinking about you and the connection with you. So after that, we'll go into some guidance from spirit. But other than that, this will be a pretty basic pick a card reading, nothing too crazy, but always fun to tune into these for me. So I'm excited to do this. So we have 3 piles for you to pick from. For pile 1, we have the blue apatite crystal, the mystery crystal from a previous reading. It is blue apatite. The Trippin Waite tarot deck. For pile 2, we have the Starspinner Tarot deck with the pink quartz crystal. And for pile 3, we have the Prism Tarot with the amethyst crystal. So go ahead and take whatever time you need to figure out which pile you're feeling the most called to. Again, we'll be doing the energy check-in, so you don't have to worry too much. But I will, as always, have the timestamps in the description down below, so you can just go ahead and skip to your pile. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get right into this reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the blue apatite crystal and the Trippin Waite tarot deck, then this is going to be your reading where we're going to be looking into your person's thoughts and feelings for you. But first, we'll be going straight into an energy check-in to see what your energy is currently like towards this connection, how you are feeling about your connection. So how is pile 1 currently feeling about their person? What are pile 1's current feelings for their person? We have the 2 of Cups coming out first. Super cute. I just got this deck. I'm obsessed with it already. Make love, not war. Okay. 3 of Swords coming out right after that. These cards are seriously so cool. How is pile 1 currently feeling about their person? The Sun in reverse. Let's clarify the 2 of Cups. 10 of Wands in reverse. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I'm definitely getting the vibe here. The Knight of Swords here as well. And the 5 of Wands at the back of the deck. Okay. So, what's coming through, I feel like for you guys, pile 1, this is someone that you have deep feelings for, but you are feeling like you are potentially putting in more weight within this connection with the 10 of Wands in reverse. There's an energy of you feeling like you're kind of getting maybe a little bit fed up or starting to feel like your efforts aren't really getting anywhere. With the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, it makes me feel like, regardless of what effort you put in and how much you want to work on this and how dedicated you feel, there's a feeling of not being able to achieve happiness with this person, even though you do see this person as someone that you would be a really good fit with, someone that you see eye to eye with. You feel like this person, you relate to them well. I feel like you understand this person, and I feel like you would really like this relationship to work out, or you have a lot of positivity about it, but there feels like there's all these barriers that are causing you to feel like maybe it's time to kind of, you're tired of doing the work either by yourself, or you're tired of being the one to, you don't want to put all this effort in and have it go nowhere with this person. And I feel like it is becoming strenuous on you, this relationship. And so I do feel like you really care about this person and you still have hope for it. But I also feel like this, with this Knight of Swords, you're kind of getting to this point where you want to come to a conclusion about this person. It's like you may even be starting to feel a little bit fed up or like wanting to address this person, because I feel like you're not really happy with the way that the connection has been built, or you're not happy with the foundation of this connection or what you're getting out of it, even though you do still like this person. You still have feelings for this person and you still see potential with this person. But with the Three of Swords here, they may even be triggering some wounds within you too about this feeling of, you know, relationships not working out for you, or this feeling of, why am I doing all this work, or why am I always the one who's kind of pulling the weight in my relationships, and I just want this person to kind of meet me halfway or see me eye to eye here. And I feel like with the Sun in reverse, there's an energy of this could be so much better, but right now it's actually a little bit frustrating. The dynamic of this connection is what I'm getting. And with the Five of Wands at the back of the deck, it's like, are we going to be able to find peace and harmony here? Like, are we going to be able to get to a place where this relationship feels stable? There isn't conflict. There isn't conflicting interests between us. Like, there isn't, maybe even recently you guys have not been seeing, not been feeling like your point is heard with them, or feeling like with this Knight of Swords, it's kind of like, I feel like there's like a buildup of frustration even with this person, where you may even like have recently said something to them, or you may want to talk to them about how you're not happy, or you may want to kind of address the relationship or address what work they've been putting in. And you almost want to address like, what do you want here is kind of something I'm getting. I'm going to get a couple oracle cards. Yeah, predictions of growth in reverse. There's an energy of feeling like the Eight of Pentacles for me is always this energy of like when you're in a dream and like you're trying to run, but you can't run. It's like there's this energy of you wanting to get to the point, you wanting to stop dilly-dallying. Like you want to know if there's growth here or not. Because I feel like you're maybe starting to feel like the future, you do want it to work out, but there's also an energy of being willing to address what is underneath the surface so you can kind of get to the point, you know? So with Make It Look Like the Night, there's this energy of you kind of wanting to address things with this person, or kind of address what isn't working. Maybe it's even for some time, like this is more of like a suffering in silence situation where you didn't really like talk to them too much about what's wrong in the connection, but it's almost like you're like kind of tired of this lack of like mental clarity with this person and lack of being on the same page. So it's like you're tired of there being confusion here about where the connection is headed. You're tired of feeling conflicted internally, and it's like you want to cut through the clouds here, the fog, the confusion within this connection to see whether or not this is something that is worth watering more, or if it's not worth it, you kind of just want to address that now is kind of what I'm getting. And there's just this growing energy of like, I'm tired of things being confusing or not clear. I want to cut through the confusion and address this situation because I'm not necessarily happy with where it's at right now. So that's just a quick energy check-in. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but if that resonates, then this is likely your pile. If not, you might want to try out another one of the energy check-ins in another pile. I'm going to get a sip of water, and then we'll go into your person's thoughts and feelings about you. All right. What are pile one's current thoughts and feelings? Pile one's person. Let's tap now into pile one's person. All right. How's pile one's person currently feeling towards pile one? Three of Wands in reverse. A lot of cards almost coming out. Three of Swords. So you guys are both sharing some feelings of heartbreak or feelings of pain here, emotional pain. Okay, the Magician in reverse, the Five of Cups. So we had the Five of Cups, Magician in reverse. Okay, yeah, this person's in a difficult energy right now. You know what? There's almost an energy of this person still having some sort of, you know what? And even this heartbreak could have, in your energy check-in, you may feel like your person maybe has a hard time actually working on the connection because maybe they're still sad about something, but it's definitely coming through this person that you're thinking about. It's like they have issues with agency and moving forward and kind of expansion because they're still upset about something, it feels like, from their past. So they're still wallowing in some sort of difficult energy with a lot of sadness. There's almost a depressive energy here. You're the High Priestess. How's Pile One's person feeling? We have the Hierophant, the High Priestess. All right. What else? How's Pile One's person feeling and thinking? Queen of Wands. Five of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. Okay, so I feel like this could be a person you're already in separation with, or it's on the table, but there's this energy of your person feeling, they're very much in this lack mentality right now. Like that's what's coming through really strongly, is that it feels like your person is feeling really left out in this connection and in life in general. And it's affecting their confidence. It's like they're almost lacking confidence right now in this connection. And I feel like if you're not communicating with this person right now, yeah, there may be a need for you guys to communicate, or maybe you're looking for communication with this person. Or maybe there's an energy of, maybe you guys have recently gone through some sort of heartbreak together or some sort of breakup or something, but there's almost an energy of them being maybe distant with you right now, or maybe they're not being too open with their communication with the Three of Wands and the High Priestess. They may be keeping their inner thoughts and communication to themselves right now while they're trying to figure out what to do or what to feel about this. Because with the Knight of Swords here, it's making, in the King of Swords, it's making me feel like there's some sort of communication, or maybe you have wanted to take action towards this person, or you've been wanting this person to open up or make some sort of move towards you, or tell you how they feel about you, what they want. And there's almost this energy of right now they feel like they're very much in this hermit mode, kind of not knowing what they want and kind of stuck in this like kind of victim or woe is me mentality, almost like this energy of like not even it's kind of a depressive energy. And with the Hierophant here, it could be that they're trying to get advice about this situation, about you. They may be talking to other people around them, or they may be trying to like tune into their inner feelings about everything before they reach out. But it's almost like they're holding back right now because they haven't gathered their thoughts. And there's almost this energy of them not feeling like they're ready to face you with this Queen of Wands. It's almost like they may have some sort of regret that they're afraid of facing, or maybe they're afraid of what you would say to them, or they may be avoiding you a little bit, or being afraid of what you might say to them. Yeah, because there maybe was some sort of a heartbreak here, and I feel like the way that they're handling it is they're really lacking confidence right now. And so there's a feeling of them kind of crying over spilled milk right now, instead of where I feel like with you, I feel like you're more still kind of looking to have a communication with this person to see if there is anything to remedy here, to see if like separation is where you guys are headed. But I feel like with this Two of Cups, it's like, I feel like right now you may be also in this Five of Cups energy where you're feeling disappointment, some sort of like regret or loss in the situation. But I feel like you're more looking at the two cups that are still standing, and this person is more looking at what's gone wrong. And it's like they're afraid, they don't know how to push things forward right now, is how it feels. It feels like they, there's almost an anxiousness and a fear of abandonment, or assumed abandonment that they may feel like if they communicate, they may say something where it's like kind of cuts things off once and for all. So it's almost like they're trying to take space right now, and it's like they're holding off on communication with that Three of Wands that I'm getting. It's like they're really trying to work through their emotions and get to a place where they have mental clarity on what they'd want to say to you, or what they would even want. But for sure, this person is seeing you as the Queen of Wands. And so they're seeing you more in your power and in your confidence, maybe waiting for communication for them, or maybe you're someone who they know would be assertive with them, or like would want to talk to them. But it's almost like with this Magician in reverse, it's like because they're kind of focusing so much on the downside of maybe their life or what's happened here, It's like they're not even thinking that they have the tools to offer you something, or they feel like they don't have everything that they need to speak with you or to be good for this connection, is almost what I'm getting. With the Hierophant here, it is possible that maybe you wanted higher level of commitment with this person, and maybe they weren't ready to be in something more traditional, and so now they maybe think that you might abandon them if they're not feeling ready for that. That's another message coming through. But let's get some oracle cards. Yeah, but they're being very secretive right now, or they're just in this energy of not wanting to risk anything, not wanting to communicate, really wanting to. Yeah, I'm literally looking at the defeat there too. That just like caught my attention, but there is an energy of defeat here. What's going on pile one's person? What's going on pile one's person? We have freedom in reverse. Oh, you want to know what's coming through the song Taylor Swift, Back December? Turns out freedom meant nothing but missing you. Thinking back when you were mine. I go back to December, all turn around and change my own mind. Yeah, so maybe this person like did step away from the connection and really hurt you because they weren't ready for commitment. And you know, it may be that they almost feel like instead of feeling happy, maybe like if you guys are in separation or feeling apart, there's this energy of not feeling like freedom with what they found fulfilling. If anything, they feel a little bit lonely or left out in the cold, filled with regret. We have forgive. Yeah, this person, I feel like they want your forgiveness, or they're afraid that you won't forgive them for something. There's definitely a feeling of that. Yeah, this person, or they may have even left you out in the cold because they didn't know what they wanted or they didn't feel ready. Yeah, we have truth in reverse. It's like, yeah, I feel like this person didn't listen to what their heart was really telling them about this connection at the time, and so then they may have sabotaged it in some way, and now they're kind of feeling like they may be looking at you now, and there is this energy of them looking at you with this Queen of Wands energy as like confident, and they're feeling so much regret when they think about you or look at you or see a picture of you, anything like that. It's like that puts them really far in regret over what's happened in the past with you and how they didn't create something that was positive for the two of you. And it could have been about commitment with that Hierophant there. Yeah, abundance in reverse. So it's like there's this feeling of them feeling like right now they're just really in this lack mentality, really feeling like they're down on themselves and feeling like they have maybe picked the wrong decision in this connection, and they may have felt like they didn't follow the truth of their heart, and now they're kind of in this energy of regret and feeling like in this lack mindset, feeling like without your light to here, maybe their life has been a lot less fulfilling, you know. Maybe they took it for granted, or maybe they thought that they weren't ready for a commitment or ready to like work on this connection and make stuff, you know, really dedicate themselves to it. But there's a feeling of potentially them, you know, not expanding this connection in the way you would have wanted, not communicating correctly. There's some sort of regret. They may have held a lot of things in as well. They may have held a lot of communication in. I'm just saw this. What is hidden will be revealed. Yeah, they may have been very silent about a lot of their feelings and their thoughts. And this may have been because they were afraid of more intimacy or connection. And then it may have ended up breaking your heart or hurting you. But I feel like there is a lot that they haven't really said. And it's like in the song, it's like, turns out freedom meant nothing but missing you. And so I feel like there is like regret and like feeling like they may have taken the situation for granted. Yeah, then we have dependency and service. Okay, so I also feel like this person is maybe like, I just want to warn you then because of this, because I almost just feel like this person isn't necessarily in the energy of understanding their own worth in a way. So sorry, I just want to adjust the camera to be a little bit more straight. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So with this dependency and service in reverse, it's almost like this person maybe was a lot more dependent on you than they gave you credit for, or it's like, yeah, and it's like with this service in reverse, it's like there's this energy of taking you for granted and then not realizing either how much they needed you or how much they relied on you. But it's also unfair if that was the case, that they were like dependent on you and your energy and you supporting them with that service there and dependency. It's kind of like this energy of like, you know, they took you for granted is how it feels. And you know, now they're definitely missing you, or they maybe still feel chained to you in a way because they miss your energy, they miss your light, they feel dependent on it, they feel like they need more of your, and so with this magician here in reverse, it's like they don't feel like they have everything they already need to create abundance in their life or be happy or whatever it is, but there's just this feeling of them very much connecting their mistakes within the connection with you, further putting them in this kind of victim independency mentality though. We have no bull here in reverse. Yeah, there's a feeling of them feeling like they weren't super honest with you, or they maybe kind of did mess up with you. And that's, I think, why there's forgiveness here. I feel like this person is hoping that you would potentially forgive them, or there may be an energy of them wanting to, with body here in reverse, it's almost like once they are they want to change the situation. And I feel like with alchemy, there is also this energy of them wanting you to help them. Okay. Like it's almost like they think that you have some sort of ability to help them process, you know, their truth, or they may even feel like you're someone that brings them a lot closer to the, their heart chakra. Or you may really have like, you may have like opened this person's emotional capacity, and maybe that was something that was scary for them, but they may have also relied on you for that sort of energy because maybe they weren't capable of producing it themselves or sharing it, you know, so it's kind of like they always wanted to receive. But I almost feel like with alchemy, I'm getting two messages in no bull. There's this energy of them wanting to change their ways, but also feeling like they need you to do that. So it's kind of like this person isn't recognizing that their own power, you know, they need to step into their own power, and just getting forgiveness from you wouldn't fix whatever dynamic wasn't right here. But there is an energy of regret, and there is a feeling of, while they're not either in communication with you or in your presence, this feeling of a lot of lack without you, for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely picking up on that. So I'm actually going to get some messages from your person as well. If I can find my message check. Is it already on my desk? Where did I put that? Here it is. All right. And with Guru here, they may also see you as kind of like an inspiration for them, or someone that like they may like just feel like you really help them with this service here. It's almost like they feel dependent on your energy to be successful or have abundance, you know, which is obviously something that they need to realize within themselves. But that is like some of the way that they feel, you know, it's almost like they feel like they need you to help them in some way. And you may have had a lot of knowledge, or you may have had deep conversations with this person, so they may think that you have knowledge, or they may even see you and your confidence and who you are and like want to learn from you in that way too. All right, what messages does pile one's person have for pile one? I'm trying to move on from cycles. Yeah, and there is a feeling here of this person. It's almost like they're in a pretty low place right now, and it does feel like they don't really have the intention of, it's almost like they're not completely ready to step into their truth and be honest with themselves about you and the connection. So there is this energy of them being a little bit stagnant within this lack energy. And with this no bull in reverse, it's almost like they're almost ready to address like maybe ways that they could grow as a person, especially through this connection. But there's almost an energy of them more wanting to rely on you to do that, to help them. We both changed and I'm not sure about the future. That's also that Three of Wands, being uncertain about the future, not communicating what they want for the future as well. What does Pile One's person want to say? You inspired me to be a better person. 100%. I definitely am getting that with the Guru and the Queen of Wands. We need to at least give it a chance. And I regret my actions and I want your forgiveness. Yeah, so that's that forgiveness. It's like there's this energy of them regretting it, but also I would say be careful with this person because it does feel like right now they're not seeing their own place in how to benefit this connection. It's like, yes, you've inspired them to be a better person, but like I feel like they really need to take that inspiration and put it into action and actually change themselves. And I feel like this person does want another chance with you, but it's almost like they really need to transform their energy before this person could really give to you and be an abundant person for you. Because there's just this energy of them having a lot that they're trying to move on from, or they know they have stuff that they need to work on for sure. But I also feel like if you're kind of upgrading in that time period, that's totally up to you. But yeah, then underneath that, I need to work on my shadows. There's definitely a lot of shadows that this person is trying to work on right now. So that's what I have for that part of the reading. Now let's go into a little advice for you from Spirit about this connection. I'm so obsessed with this deck, you guys. It's so beautiful. Can you guys see the shiny, the shimmer? Ooh, so pretty. All right. All right, what advice do we have for a pile ones who are resonating with this message? What advice do we have for them? Page of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. I'm hearing waiting on a miracle, Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, okay. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is definitely don't wait for this person forever, because I feel like they could be taking a long time to come through in an energy that would be satisfying for you. And I feel like there is a lot of sadness here because it's like a missed emotional opportunity, or it's like there is a lot of, you know, there's a strong desire to share love with this person and have it be this, have redemption here. But I feel like with the Ten of Swords, Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like what Spirit is saying is make sure you're not missing out on other opportunities. Because I heard keep your options open right when this card came out, and then the Ten of Swords came out and the Knight of Pentacles, because this person could be taking their sweet time with this alchemization process. And Spirit is saying, you know, sometimes, you know, we are better off moving on to other options, you know, or at least just not waiting for this person. And, you know, that would definitely be, I feel like, a waste of your energy. Not to say this person wouldn't change in the future. It's more that you don't want to hold yourself back from new opportunities too with that Ace of Cups there. There's an energy of not allowing this situation to block off new love, new opportunities. What else for pile one? Bring your ideas to life. Truth transcends illusion. Trust in the great mystery and take the lead. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like what Spirit is saying basically is to, if you are wanting to grow a relationship and you have an idea of what you want this specific relationship to be, I feel like what Spirit is saying is definitely don't let yourself see this connection to let this person lead you on or let them keep you stuck is kind of what I'm getting. Because I feel like with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it's almost like there is this energy of like, maybe this person could change, or like they can, because they of course they can, but it's going to be up to them. And I feel like there's a need to not let, to not be waiting on this person basically to change. And I feel like with take the lead here, I feel like this is coming through because Spirit's saying, make sure you're open to new opportunities and you are trusting in divine timing and making sure you're looking at the situation for what it is, and know that you don't need to wait on this person to have fulfillment within your love life, in which I feel like that's obvious, but I feel like I just want to reiterate that. Right, what advice do we have for pile 1? Yeah, we have fire in reverse. Spirit saying, don't let this get you down or block your new opportunities and your passion and your fire for what you want. We have healing in reverse too. Yeah, and I feel like this person could kind of block out potential for new things, and the beginning card just came out as well. So I feel like what Spirit is saying is that there are new beginnings on the horizon, but the longer we kind of hold on to this person, the more it feels like the healing is prolonged and it takes longer to get the energy to pursue new options. Yeah. So I'm going to get one love oracle card as well. What love advice does pile 1 need to hear right now? New beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Yeah, bring your ideas to life. Begin healing. Spirit is saying this is the end of the road here, but this is opening the door to a new opportunity. Okay? So that's beautiful. That's definitely what I was picking up on. A lot of new energy coming in for you, so long as you are open to it. There is forgive at the back of the deck here. So I do feel like there is healing and forgiveness needing to take place in order to kind of get your fire back and really be open to new opportunities turning out into being whatever this connection didn't turn out to be for you. So I hope this has been a helpful reading for you. If it has, make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment if you want to, and subscribe so you don't miss the next pick a card reading. I'm aiming to post at least 2 every week. But yeah, thank you guys so much for spending your time watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hey, pile 2, if you chose the pink quartz crystal. Pink quartz? Yes, that's what it's called. I'm having a moment where that sounds wrong to me. Pink quartz? Yes, this is what this crystal is called, right? I don't know why I feel like I just don't know that right now. But anyways, welcome to your reading. If you chose the pink quartz crystal and the Starspinner Tarot, then this is going to be your reading all about what your person is currently feeling and thinking about you. We'll start off with the energy check-in just to get the vibe of what you're feeling towards the connection, mainly to help you figure out if this is your pile or not. We'll spend more time looking at your person's thoughts and feelings, and then we'll get advice for you from Spirit at the end. So let's get started. So for pile 2, how is pile 2 currently feeling about their person? We have the World in reverse, the Chariot, the Page of Swords in reverse, the 9 of Pentacles, there's a Chariot here, the 6 of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles, along with the 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so what I'm getting from this pile is that there's an energy of wanting, a feeling like there's maybe unfinished business here, or really wanting to get closure on this connection, wanting to know what the end is going to be, whether or not it is positive or negative. There's kind of, with this 9 of Pentacles here, this energy of you maybe stepping more into your independence, or stepping more into your confidence and your independence, and just not necessarily needing this person. It's like you're not in this energy of where, you want this person at all costs. There's almost more of an energy of wanting to move forward. Okay, with that Chariot, there's energy of wanting to move forward, and you want to move where there's opportunity. And I feel like with the Page of Swords in reverse, you may be feeling like there isn't enough communication from this person, or there isn't enough information. You're not getting new information about whether or not there's an opportunity here And so it's almost like this energy of wanting to know whether or not you should move forward without this person. Is there going to be some sort of reconnection with them? We have the Six of Cups here. So it makes me feel like this is someone you do recognize potentially as a soulmate connection, or someone that you do have feelings for this person. And you may have nostalgic feelings for them, but I also feel like you're getting to a point where it's not that you're so emotionally connected, like where you feel like you're really attached to them. It's more like you'll always have love for this person, and you almost are tired, I feel like, of tired of maybe waiting for this person, or the amount of work that this connection has been, or the fact that it hasn't really flowed easily. But I feel like you're learning to do what's best for yourself recently, and I feel like with the World in reverse, it's like you just want to have closure on this one. And I feel like it's like if we're going to have some sort of reunion or reconnection, like, oh, you want to know the song that's coming through? Say something, I'm giving up on you. And so it's kind of that, that song. And there's almost this energy of like, if you did want to talk and you did want to work things out and create an opportunity, like the clock's kind of ticking, because I'm stepping more into my own independence, and I'm not necessarily waiting for you anymore. But I do still think back to you, and I still do have memories of you, and I still do desire for connection. But I also feel like you're in this energy of maybe getting to a point of somewhat accepting that this is where the connection's at. And if you have to bring your own closure, it's like, I feel like you will do that, but you also, you want to move forward with the Chariot. You're kind of getting like a pep in your step. And like, I also feel like with this, Six of Swords, you want to move to better waters. Empress too, beautiful. Queen, oh my gosh, Queen of Pentacles underneath. I feel like you're really stepping into your power recently. And you're kind of in this energy of not dimming your light or stepping yourself down for anyone. But I do feel like this person has a soft spot in your heart. But with the King of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, or Ten of Wands in reverse, it's like you're starting to take your destiny in your own hands, and it's like you're just going to build your life anyways, apart from this person, is kind of how it feels. And you're not getting enough information from them, but you kind of feel like there's still something here, and it's kind of bothering you in that way. Or it's like there's a lack of closure, it's like you want to tie the threads up. Either this person, it feels like they need to come through with some sort of communication to you. They need to communicate what they want, but if it's like you're moving forward either way, or like, are you with me or are you not? A little bit similar to pile one, but we'll see when we get into your person's thoughts and feelings for you. All right, what are pile two's person's thoughts and feelings for them? Six of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Get a sip of water. Pile two's person's thoughts and feelings. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And then the Page of Swords in reverse. And the Hermit. Yeah, this person is taking a really long time to give you mental clarity, okay? This person shares feelings with you, though. It's like this person, if you're wondering, they also see you in this nostalgic light, and they also may be aware that you are kind of finding your own independence. And so there is kind of this pressure on to make a decision or come to some sort of truth, mental clarity, to communicate some truth or to come to some sort of resolution. But with this Nine of Swords here, this person's struggling with a lot of overthinking. They're struggling to really find peace and find to feel peaceful within the mental conclusions they're making right now. And I also feel like this person may be in the Four of Cups. There's this energy of them being in this feeling of not really being open to new information, not being open to new opportunities, not communicating, spending time by themselves. And we have the Four of Cups underneath. It's like this energy of not being open to offers coming their way. They're kind of in their own world right now, is how it feels. But they still do think back to you, and they still do think of memories to do with you. and they know there's this pressure on them to communicate or have this pressure or have this clarity about themselves, but they're taking their time. They think about saying something to you and then they don't. It's like they spend a lot of time fantasizing about what they could do, what actions they could take, but then they don't actually carry them out, is what I'm getting with the Knight of Pentacles. And it's because they talk themselves out of it. It's like, I feel like this person maybe does have some mental clarity about you and what they want to tell you or what they want to say to you, but it's almost like they talk themselves out of communicating it. They're having a really hard time with communication, with that Page of Swords in reverse, and it's like they're delaying in this situation too. I'm curious, I might get a couple more just to see. I want to know what they are feeling anxious about. What's causing them this anxiousness or uncertainty? Four of Pentacles. They want to play things safe, okay? They're really afraid of giving away too much. This person may be they're being overprotective of themselves. Maybe they don't want to make, I'm gonna ask, why are they being overprotective of themselves? Page of Pentacles. It's like they're still figuring out where they want to channel their energy or what opportunities they want to take right now, either in life. They're playing it safe with an opportunity here. It's almost like they don't feel like they're ready for within this connection to take things from Page of Coins to Knight of Coins, because that's where they're struggling, because they're playing it too safe. It's like they're not willing to take any action, because it's like they're still in this like, I'm thinking about it. I see this as an opportunity, but I'm not sure if I want to fully invest in it. It's almost like someone who is playing it safe, like in investments or in Vegas or something, or like if you're going to gamble, they almost see love as a gamble, or they see this relationship taking opportunities as a gamble. But it's almost like this energy of them feeling like it's hard for them to commit to a path. It's hard for them to take that risk or make a decision, really, is kind of what I'm getting. It's like they feel like they can't have ultimate clarity about what the best thing would be. So it's like they're faltering when it comes to actually taking action towards you or building something with you, because they're protecting themselves and protecting their own energy. And I feel like this is maybe why, they've taken too long, or it's like they've taken so long that you've even like kind of gotten over it in a way. I'm just going to go ahead and clarify more now. What is this Ace of Swords? What are they trying to get? What is this mental clarity about? Yeah, they know that they need to, they know that you're expecting some sort of communication from them, and that they can't just like be silent. And because the Three of Pentacles comes forward when I feel like this person struggles to work well with other people or have a harmonious level of communication. And, it's like they're not getting their point across to you because they're playing things too safe. And it's like they don't feel like, it's like they're afraid to open up with you. It's like they're afraid to just like take the risk of stepping towards you and sharing their ideas with you. With the Page of Swords in reverse, it's almost like this energy, maybe they're hyper independent, or it's just like this feeling of them not being ready to be interdependent with someone. And with this Nine of Pentacles here, it may be that they also value their own independence too. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here? The Moon, the Emperor, and the Magician. Yeah, so I feel like this person has a hard time giving up control, and they may feel like they're very focused on what they want to create, and they may feel like opening yourself up to other people. Oh yeah, opening yourself up emotionally is a hard point for this person. They seem to have a hard time like opening up emotionally, because they like to be so in control of their actions and so in control of their life, and they have like a very thought out like plan, it feels like, for their life, or they just take it really seriously, and they may overthink a lot too. But there's a feeling with the Emperor here, it's like there's an energy of them having a hard time just opening up and trusting others, because it leaves too much uncertainty, and they know that when they're on their own, they can trust themselves. It's like this energy of I can only trust myself, and so I'm just gonna pass up on these emotional opportunities because this is like what's safer for me. This is where they feel more comfortable that they're going to be more successful in the future. It's almost like they're playing things safe. They're playing their own game, kind of, is another way of like looking at it. But they're having a hard time opening up emotionally because they see it as a risk. They see it as something they can't control. They don't know like what that would bring them. And so this person does seem to lean a lot on their divine masculine energy. We have it gets better in reverse, connection, connect, childhood. Okay, so this person may have even, this usually comes up for me, and then structure in reverse. There's an energy of them being afraid of literal vulnerability and human connection. And they don't know how, they almost have this fear that they don't really know how to problem solve with other people. It gets better and connect. And that's that Three of Pentacles energy. It's like they don't know. It's almost like this lack of mental clarity about what they could even say to resolve things with you, or like how to work with another person. It's like, it's almost like when this person may be really successful in their career, but it's almost this energy of when they have to be emotionally interdependent with someone. I think that's a real vulnerable point for them. So with childhood coming out, I feel like it's coming through that this person may be feeling like they're protecting their inner child, or they may have felt like they had to be independent within their childhood, or they may have associated independence and, you know, not opening up emotionally with it being safer that way. And so it's almost like they lack some abilities around communication is what I'm getting. Communication and problem solving and just like the usual relationship stuff. And they seem to feel like it's just a safer option to kind of keep their distance for now. And it's like they may just be working on their own career, just trying to play things safe. And they may not even be focused on love, or it's kind of like this energy of them wanting to have their own ideas and not enjoying how maybe when they care about someone, then they feel vulnerable and they feel like they have to like listen to their viewpoint, which, you know, but so there's just kind of some wounds, it feels like, around connecting with others and being okay with the vulnerability of that, and still knowing that they can create what they want to create with another person. It's almost like they feel like that maybe would sabotage their efforts in some way. It has to do with being in control here, not taking risks. With communication too. We have laughing and crying. Yeah, that's that like Nine of Swords energy. This person also doesn't feel like they can trust their emotions about you, and they are very emotional, or maybe they don't feel stable. Fear that the light will bring judgment. They're afraid of being seen by you. There's this energy of them kind of hiding because they don't like feeling vulnerable in that way. We also have the all-knower, yeah. And the all-knower recently has been coming out for me when someone is like not willing to take advice from other people, or it's like they almost feel like they know everything already, or they don't want to have to take in advice. So it's almost like this energy of them, they do seem to be protecting their ego, and they may find that relationships are a threat to their ego, or they may find that, you know, that kind of causes them to feel vulnerable, less strong, less powerful. And this may be something that stems from childhood, but I feel like there is this energy of the connection with you being something that is emotionally triggering for them. And with fear that the light will bring judgment, there's almost this energy of them knowing that if they showed who they really were to you and all their vulnerability, that you wouldn't like hurt them. They almost like trust you in that way. But there's also this feeling of them almost like, I'm getting the vision of a kid that's like at a roller coaster theme park, and it's like they want to go on the roller coaster, it looks really fun, but then they get to the front of the line, they're like, I can't, I'm not gonna go on it, you know. And it's kind of like that energy of like not kind of playing it safe, you know. They're afraid of what risk could come, even though it could be really exciting and fun. But there's almost this energy of them, maybe they even feel like you may challenge their perception of themselves as being very much in control and directed in the way that they are, and it may be causing, yeah, this connection with the moon there, you may be causing them to face some of their shadows, or face some of their shadows around vulnerability, and maybe not feeling so in control when it comes to emotions and relationships, which is completely okay, you know. Vulnerability is not a bad thing, but I think this person does kind of push away opportunities in love and opportunities to connect with people because they've built like a tower, you know, to stay safe and kind of maintain their sense of security is what I'm getting. They like to know also. With the all-knower here, it's almost like they like to be certain of things. And so until they're absolutely certain, it's like they will not take any action whatsoever. But you can never really be certain about, what to say or what's going to happen, Fear that the light will bring judgment. Yeah, there's this energy of them being afraid to step out into your light. It's almost like them being afraid of, they almost feel vulnerable in front of you, or they feel like you bring down their walls or you bring down their masks. You see through this person. And I think that's something that connects you guys and creates kind of this like bond of, a deeper emotional connection, or like somewhat of a soulmate connection too. But there's almost this energy of them not wanting to change or not wanting to take in this information with the Page of Swords in reverse. It's like they're not integrating what this is telling them about themselves, and it's an opportunity for them to heal. And it's like such a situation of this relationship being a mirror to them, where they can really look at places where maybe they cling too tight to certain like visions of themselves, or it's like this is an opportunity for them to step out of their comfort zone and step more into a version that is more aligned with themselves, and maybe breaking down maybe an invitation to somewhat of an ego death. But it's like they're not really wanting to do that is what I'm getting. Because they don't like how it's hard. They don't like how when they step out into that energy, it's like they have to kind of transform, and changing is difficult, and healing is scary and hard, but it's always worth it, and I feel like with this person, they're kind of fighting with themselves to keep telling themselves that there's nothing here, there's nothing for them to figure out. It's almost like they try to like tell themselves that they have complete certainty that what they're doing is correct, or like maybe staying away from you is the right thing, but then they have this niggling feeling within them that they know that that's not true. And so you kind of act as this catalyst where it's like they can't just keep acting the same way they've been acting without further going into illusion within themselves, if that makes sense. And so I feel like the way they feel, they may avoid you because you trigger them into seeing maybe what they haven't been seeing about themselves, seeing ways that they could change but don't want to, so they like to think that the way that they're handling their own life and the way they're showing up in the world is already good, and we all like to think that, but I feel like it's missing a opportunity to step more into their authenticity here. So yeah, I would say your person is in this energy of recognizing that there are feelings between you, recognizing there is a connection here, but also subconsciously feeling that connection threatens this person's security and who they feel that they are. And so they push it away for that reason. Yeah, so let's get some messages from your person now. I'm emotionally unavailable right now. Yes. Please forgive me, I messed up. They kind of try to ignore the way in which they maybe have kind of messed this up, because then it also challenges the fact that they are trying to feel like they don't care, trying to kind of move on from it without really addressing it. We have, I'm trusting in divine timing. A little too much, my friend, because there's a feeling here of them not taking action, trusting that almost thinking that the universe will do the work for them. But they have to recognize it's kind of the ball's in their court. And I feel like you will probably move on from this connection if they don't, step up. It says, I regret my actions and I want your forgiveness. Yeah, so that is what I have for you guys for this part. I'm also going to get you some extra guidance just to leave you off on a little bit more of a clear note. But if this has been resonating, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe so you don't miss any future readings from me. All right. What advice do we have for our pile twos? Queen of Pentacles. They're saying stay in your energy, continue to ground yourself and nurture yourself and provide for yourself. Keep up that energy that you're cultivating for yourself right now. and try not to let this person throw you off. We also have the Six of Pentacles. Focus on situations that do provide you a lot of abundance. I feel like you're in a receiving energy right now, and so I feel like it's best to kind of just let this person be in their energy while they're not giving much to you. It's like, I feel like there's a need to continue your standard for yourself of like, if you have that or step further into that, of kind of recognizing your worth and knowing what you deserve to receive in energy exchanges. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Spirit saying avoid jumping to any action before thinking about it. They're also saying be careful to maybe say something to this person without thinking about it, that maybe that might happen. Just Spirit is saying, you know, kind of just stay in this energy. Don't take any action towards them. We also have the Knight of Pentacles here. Keep working on what you are working on. We have the Nine of Pentacles as well at the back of the deck. Spirit saying keep working on your own independence. Keep working on your stability and taking action every day towards your life, and avoid any abrupt action that might just be like a little heads up or a little warning. I know I would like to receive that sometimes. Yeah, they're saying stay grounded. Try not to let your mind kind of jump to conclusions, and keep working on what you're working on right now. Because it's going to bring you abundance is what I'm getting. I feel like you're very close, if not already there, in this energy of stepping into your own independence and learning how to manifest for yourself. We have truth transcends illusion. The miracles are endless. Yeah, you're definitely in this abundant energy. So yeah, with the Knight of Swords there, I also feel like there's this warning of maybe Spirit saying you don't, okay. I feel like there's an energy of potential ability to get confused with this person or confused about it to a point where you may kind of go into this energy of not almost being very confused about them or wanting to jump to a conclusion, but not being really sure about what you think about this person. But Spirit's almost saying the truth will come out, but avoid kind of thinking about things when you don't have all the information in front of you, or if this person hasn't communicated, you know, kind of let that be the message in itself. Lay a solid foundation. Yeah, Spirit's saying this is a time period all about building up your own grounding, your own abundance, your own stability, really that Queen of Pentacles energy, which is awesome. So we're also going to get you a love advice card. What love advice do we have for also like not letting this take away from what you're manifesting right now, what kind of work you're doing? I feel like there's a lot of pentacles here and miracles and receiving. I feel like you may be receiving like abundance or money soon for your efforts with that Nine of Coins. Stay focused, just keep working. Even if you don't see the results right away, keep going with whatever you're doing in your life right now. All right, what else for pile 2? What love advice does pile 2 need to hear? Ooh, okay. It says healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Okay. And you may have some sort of tie to this person that's kind of spiritual, or not necessarily spiritual, but like, you know, when you have a little bit of a psychic connection with someone, I feel like there's an energy of the more you heal yourself, the more that this connection is able to heal. And it's almost like it could cause confusion the more you maybe focus on it. And if you take any action, I feel like it might take stepwards backwards. So I almost feel like working on your own healing, I feel like it's something that's going to be beneficial for both of you guys in this connection. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Yeah, there's this energy of don't make quick decisions, or be careful of the decisions you make around this connection. It says embrace through each other you find the missing pieces. Yeah, and so there may be an energy here of like this person maybe helping you develop an energy that they already have. So it's almost like you're all working in like the abundant, or you're in like the Pentacles energy, like building that up. And I feel like this person is really needing to work on their emotional energy and their divine feminine, while I feel like you're in the divine masculine. So I do feel like this person's behind you right now, and there's a need to continue working on your own healing for the best of this connection. So that is what I have for you guys, pile 2. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you do hit the likes up, it does really support my videos, my channel. So thank you for doing that. And I will hopefully see you guys at the next reading. Have a great rest of your day. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the Amethyst Crystal and the Prism Tarot, then this is going to be your reading, where we're going to be looking at your person's thoughts and feelings for you. And we'll also be starting with an energy check-in just to see how you are currently feeling about the connection. So you'll probably know pretty quickly whether or not this is your pile. And if not, you might want to check out the beginning of the other piles to see if you resonate. We'll also be getting messages from your person and then guidance from Spirit about what to continue to focus on, whatever Spirit wants you to hear about this connection too. So for pile number 3, those that chose the Amethyst Crystal, what are their current thoughts and feelings about their connection? Before I came and finished, it says the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, efficiency. Don't really go by those little descriptions, but what else for pile 3? What are their thoughts and feelings? 7 of Wands. The Sun in reverse. Pile 3. What are their feelings and thoughts? 2 of Swords. Kind of like similar energies, but a little bit different, but to the other piles. So the first thing I'm getting, I'll finish the spread, but it definitely just feels like there's this overall feeling of lack of clarity regarding this person's actions towards you, regarding like where this connection is going. We have clarity in reverse and indecision. Yeah, 7 of Cups, oh my gosh, which is all about illusion, confusion, multiple options, not being able to tell what this person thinks and feels. There's so much confusion. It's hard to see clearly. 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords in reverse. So you're wanting to get out of this feeling of like not being able, there's a sense of stagnancy in this connection. And I feel like you're wanting to stand up for yourself, or you're wanting to come out of this feeling of, I can't see, I don't know what to do, I don't know what you think, I don't know what you feel, I don't know where this is going. And you want to feel more empowered. I feel like you're tired of feeling disempowered in this connection. The Magician, yeah. You want to create, you're getting to this energy of wanting to step into an energy of receiving, right? And I also feel like there's this balance in reverse, which is Justice in reverse. So yeah, there's something about feeling as though there hasn't been a balanced energy exchange within this connection. You may be feeling like somewhat tied to this person, or like maybe because you've given to this person, or you had your hopes up about them, there's almost an energy of maybe waiting on this person. There's a feeling of not wanting to wait, and you're wanting to step into this phase of action here instead of waiting for this person to do right by you. And so with this with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse and the 2 of Swords, this person's actions have clearly not been consistent, have not been either honest, or they've been inconsistent with you. And it's like maybe sometimes this person, oh, interesting. Maybe sometimes this person's really open with you, and sometimes maybe they're defensive to you, or they really have a guard up, and you really don't understand like when you're going to receive from this person. So there could be a hot and cold situation here. You may be feeling like you don't know if your person has other options, or like what they're focusing on. There's something about this person making you feel very confused about what is possible in this connection. And with the Defense card, you may feel like this person can randomly become defensive, or maybe closed off in their energy and like not open to you. And this makes you feel even more confused as to when you're going to receive from this person, when this person's going to talk to you, when they're going to give you energy. And it's just like I feel like you're tired of being in this waiting energy, or feeling almost like victimized by this person, or feeling like there's nothing you can do about this, because it feels like this person maybe has had a lot of the power in their hands, or you have felt that way, where, and it is true, when people kind of give you, if they're always the one that's controlling the pace of the communication and the pace of energy exchange, they are in control. And so I do feel like this is someone who's kind of controlling the pace of this connection, and it's just causing a lot of uncertainty for you, and a lot of confusion as to what you're going to get out of this and where it's headed. And then with the Magician here, you're wanting to step more into an active role. You want to, you're tired of feeling like you can't move forward or you can't have power. Because Magician is all about power and is all about, even if you don't feel like you have all the information or you don't feel like you make do. They're an alchemist, Magician. So you basically can create something out of nothing. And there's almost this energy here of like, I'm tired of, even if this is a tough situation or a confusing situation, I'm ready to do my best to understand what I can do for myself. You may even also want to stand up for yourself too with the Seven of Wands here and kind of become more expressive to this person or say more, you know, or kind of it's almost this energy of you wanting to stand up for yourself or just so you can get more clarity about this person. You know, I feel like you're tired of being in this waiting energy or this energy of not having very much power in the connection. Yeah, we'll definitely get a little bit more into it when we're looking at your person's energy, but this is what I have so far. So I feel like if this sounds like your connection, you'll know. If not, you might want to check out another reading. There's this energy of you taking like things into your own hands, or maybe for some time you felt like you were waiting for this person to give you something, or you kind of had always been in this energy of like maybe silencing yourself or not speaking up for what you want or need because, you know, maybe they'll, you know, maybe this time they'll give it to you, or maybe there's just a feeling of not wanting to be in that situation anymore where there's clearly an imbalance and you're tired of being like waiting for it or feeling like you can't do anything about it. So what's going on with pile three's person? How's pile three's person currently feeling and thinking towards pile three? The Magician also. Intuition in reverse. It may also be that you feel like the power is always in this person's hands. That's maybe why the Magician was there too. So I'm getting either there's an energy of you wanting to step into this Magician energy, or I mean, it could be either, because it could be that the fact that this person is always the one who's calling the shots, or, you know, it's like someone who can talk themselves out of anything, or someone that very much calls the shots. And it may be that I was picking up that you want to step into that, but maybe it was just that this person's being overpowering in that way. So we had the High Priestess in reverse as well. The Four of Wands. How's pile three's person? The Lovers. The Eight of Wands in reverse. Judgment. Three of Swords in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. Interesting. Temperance in reverse at the back of the deck as well. Okay. So I feel like this person is in this energy of really needing to balance themselves out, okay? But I also feel like there's this energy of them, there's an energy of them refusing maybe to see what the truth of this dynamic is what I'm getting. It's almost like they feel like they have a hard time. They're very much in a masculine energy. And so I feel like they have a hard time listening to their intuition or taking action from a place that's in alignment with their emotions or their inner truth. And that may have gotten them into trouble here. And so I feel like with this Hermit in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse, this person clearly sort of lacks an ability to, and judgment here as well. Like there's this energy of them not really taking the time to slow down, spend time alone, and just get in touch with their inner feelings, you know, and just there's a need for them to slow down so they can hear their voice of reason. You know, it's almost this energy of, you know, when you are in a difficult position in life or you're going to make a difficult decision, it's important that we're able to find silence and kind of think before we act and really tap into our inner guidance. There's this energy of inner guidance, and this person struggling to tap into that. And so with the Magician here and the Lovers, it may be that this person takes action frequently from a place of it may be that they take action sporadically, or they don't assess how the actions that they have taken have impacted the foundation of the connection and maybe have caused pain. They seem to be a little bit unaware of the pain that they cause to people. I am going to need some, they're out of balance. You know, there's this energy of them being out of balance, but being very unaware, unaware of the ways in which this is the case. So I just need to get a couple more. It's like they can be so caught up in their masculine energy and what they're doing next and what they want in the moment or what they want to create, that it's like they're not slowing down to make sure that their decisions are coming from a place of love and coming from a higher place. Like with the Lovers, it's like they can make choices that are not grounded within their, not grounded, you know, they're not coming from their higher wisdom. And so the Lovers can talk about, choices, you know, and so there's almost this energy of them, the way that they make their choices being something that Spirit wants me to explain is like they seem to disregard that they need to create from a place and follow principles of morals. And sometimes this person may act immorally, but it's almost because they don't even recognize it, because they don't take the time to realize it. But let's get some more. So why is the Lovers here, Spirit? Yeah, Seven of Cups. It's like, it's about choices. And that's what I was saying. It's like this person, it's almost like maybe they don't see how they hurt people. They're not very tuned in. They're not tuned in to how them maybe keeping their options open or having multiple options, something like that, causes, this person lacks focus, okay? Like with the Seven of Cups here, it's like this person can very easily get distracted by different opportunities, and then they forget to make a decision from a place of wisdom and thought out action. Does that make sense? So this person can easily get carried away and make maybe immature decisions because they get drawn to superficial opportunities, things like that. They don't slow down and consult their inner voice. Like, would this be a wise thing to do? They kind of just are in that go, go, go. Make decision, worry about it later. Why is the Four of Wands here? What's the Four of Wands telling us? Two of Cups, yeah. And then it's almost like they see you, though, as their home base. The weirdest thing is that they see you as their home base. I just said the same thing twice, but there's just this energy of them almost going out in the world and making decisions that really aren't the smartest, or they're getting distracted, or they're not really tempering themselves. Yeah, temperance. It's like they'll just do something really quick without weighing out, like, what would this mean for me? Am I being too hasty here? It's like they don't really think about that. And then I feel like the way that they feel about you is that they see you, though, as like their relationship and their home base and the person that maybe supports them. But then they also feel like when they come back, it's like judgment time, you know? They feel like the home is a place where, or they may feel like this relationship, it's like they come back from these like sprees of like doing foolish things or whatever they're doing. There's this imbalanced energy. And they do feel a sense of camaraderie with you, and they do want to have something to come home, and they do care for you, you know? But I feel like they cause you this pain, and then they want to come back, but it's like, can you reflect on yourself? And so they almost see the connection as a situation where they really have to wise up and see their actions more clearly, you know? Seek truth, but the Hermit being in reverse here, it's like, there's an avoidance of it. All right, why is the Three of Swords here? Ten of Cups, because then they feel like they ruined they feel like they're ruining their future. Because they're curious and because they make mistakes. It could even be as simple as they told you they'd come home at 7, or they told you they text you, they told you they call you, they bail on plans, things like that. It's like this person's inconsistent, or they take actions that can be selfish and not really thinking about you, and then it really hurts you. And then this person feels bad about it too, and then they feel like they're ruining their future. And it's kind of like this cycle that they go through, and it's like a little bit of an out of control energy. It's almost like they get grounded. Like, that's almost how it feels. Why is the Hermit here in reverse? The Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. And so then it's like they're avoiding doing the hard work that a relationship really takes, you know? It's like there's this energy of them wanting to just be immature and wanting to play and being too much in that energy. And it's like they're avoiding what's waiting for them at home, and home doesn't have to be literal, doesn't mean that you live with this person, but what's waiting for them within their commitments or their agreements or the people that they really consider to be their people, you know? There's an energy of them trying to avoid staying home, and it's almost like they'll run away and have fun because they don't understand that they need to commit and work on something for the long term to see the benefits. This person has issues with instant gratification, it feels like, and it's like they're not really seeing how their decisions lead to consequences, and they feel like after the fact, in hindsight, you know, they feel bad about it then, right? Because they know they hurt you, and then they feel like they're ruining their future. I've already said that, but there's just this energy of them feeling like they know that they need to become more aware of themselves, or they know that you feel that way about them, that you may feel like this person really needs some more self-awareness, which I completely agree. But the Hermits seek truth and hard work. They see this as out of their league or too difficult. It's too much work for them, if that makes sense. It's like there's this energy, which is unfair, obviously, to you, but there's an energy of them avoiding spending time alone and really doing that inner work so they can see themselves clearly. Instead, they'd like to just keep acting immaturely. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up here. And so it could just be, I don't know if like what your status is with this person, but it just feels like they're not ready to settle down, or, you know, maybe you want more commitment from this person, and they recognize that in you, and they do see potential for that, and they do enjoy the benefits of that, the emotional fulfillment that they get from you and from being more settled down and like committed. And they almost can see how that'd be possible, but then at the same time, they're like, they don't feel like they're ready for the hard work of that. That's what I'm getting. And they don't want to be emotionally responsible too. It's like this person struggles with emotional responsibility. And so this person may be back and forth with you because on one hand, they do feel a connection with you, do feel safe and feel this sense of partnership and love even. But then they see what that comes with, right? It's like for them, they see it as a double-edged sword where it's like they get this like comfort and they get this fulfillment from being with you and spending time with you. But then they realize that they have to really change their ways, and they'd really have to like become more self-aware, and they'd have to be more mature and actually work in a consistent manner, right? That's what the Eight of Pentacles is all about. And they just don't even want, they're just in this like they're just in this energy that's very ungrounded. It's like they could be an air energy, but like there's just a feeling of them being all over the place. We have grieve here. We have self-care. Anxiety and romance. And then fear. Okay, and so it could even be that this person has already brought some destruction to this connection. And so I feel like what with the Hermit in reverse and the self-care and the grief, this person it's like they're really not. And then the Three of Swords in reverse. There's some sort of heartbreak that you guys are both feeling here, and they're feeling it too, but they're not taking the time to slow down and emotionally process things with you, process what's going on. They recognize that it's time for them to do that, but they're running away from it because it's that self-work, like self-care. It's like they're not putting in that time to grow as a person and to process their emotions so they can make more grounded decisions in the future. It's more like they just have so much anxiety that they don't want to, you know, the connection is something that is overwhelming for them, or being in a relationship and a successful relationship, it really requires you to do a lot of self-work, you know, because there's someone else to call you out. And, you know, if you care about that person, you really have to do the reflection and change, right? Or you have to make sacrifices for them. They have to make sacrifices for you. But it's all about respecting each other. And there's almost this energy of them really having feelings for you and wanting the foundation to be strong with you. But then once they realize that the connection requires that inner work in order to keep the romance good and or keep the connection good. It's almost like this person just wants things to be romantic, or it's like they're, you know how they talk about the different love styles? It's almost like this energy of this person like wanting to be in like passionate love, you know, or thinking that their version of love is supposed to be always fun and always kind of like no restriction. And it's almost like this person is refusing the responsibility that comes with intimacy and commitment. You know, there's an energy of them really struggling with that and feeling maybe chained or feeling anxious to commit to that, because then they'd have to work on their wounds and they'd have to heal. And this person doesn't seem like right now they're in an energy of wanting to heal and wanting to stop kind of running around like hearing like with a chicken with your head cut off, and stay at home and reflect on maybe what things you need to implement in your life, or what changes would really benefit you and the people around you. Instead, they want to avoid that. They don't want to have to tune into that right now, is what I'm getting. And so they kind of have this version of love that isn't really realistic or fair. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm gonna get some more oracle cards as well. Like it's all about moderation, right? Like Temperance in reverse. So it's like this the overall energy is this person kind of not recognizing that moderation is a good thing, or realizing that, you know, moderation is needed for things to be sustainable. Yes, it's fun sometimes to be, really let go, or like you eat a bunch of junk food or something like that, or you have a night out, and like that's fine to do that every once in a while. But there's almost this energy of this person not making balance their baseline, and sometimes going out. It's like a lot of times people will want to kind of do something that's like exciting and fun, but then it's like then the balance is that way, so it's kind of time to rein it in, maybe stay home the next weekend and read a book or something, And I feel like this person is having a hard time with that balance. We have dream travel. Suppression of a star being by the hands unworthy, monstrous mother. And then also the sheep who wandered and found a different shepherd. Okay. And so there's also this energy, service in reverse. There's seriously this energy of this person feeling like maybe you want to like hold them down, or feeling like there's this odd dependency that they have on you. And this feeling of this child-mother relationship that they almost see it as. And so it just kind of shows this person still has a lot of maturing to do. I feel like they almost think when you're trying to hold them accountable for their actions that you're like trying to hold them back or something, and it's unfair, but it's simply not the case that it's unfair. And with the sheep who wandered and found a different shepherd, the way that this person may respond to issues within you, or like within like the relationship or at home, is like just go do something to distract themselves, honestly. And it's almost like they don't really understand how they need, there's this almost this feeling of them really needing to mother themselves, or maybe having mother wounds, but there's a feeling of them relating you to maybe a mother that they had, or some person in their life that may have kind of wanted to have them grow up or face like responsibilities. And there's a little bit of Peter Pan syndrome going on in pile 3. But yeah, this person, they have a lot of maturing to do and a strong need to take responsibility for themselves and not see life as happening to them, and like not, there's this recklessness about this person. And I feel like with this dream travel, it's like this person escapes a lot and tries to find escapes from reality and responsibility. And it's like they feel like if one situation is going to be difficult for them, then they'll just jump to another one. But there's kind of this bottomless pit that I feel like this person isn't understanding, that they kind of have they have a need to nurture themselves. Okay. Yeah. And it could be that they didn't have certain relationships modeled for them when they were younger, which a lot of us haven't, but there is a feeling of them not knowing how to take care of themselves. Yeah, with self-care in reverse and monstrous mother here, it's almost this energy and hermit. It's like they don't seem to know how to take care of themselves super well. And so they may feel overly dependent on the people that they have relationships with. But that could also manifest in them kind of acting like a bratty child when things go wrong, instead of treating people like an equal, So Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you guys so far. Let's get some messages from your person. Take these messages with a grain of salt. This is from their higher self, but they do tend to relate pretty well. So what would pile 3 want to say? Pile 3's person want to say to pile 3. I'm getting the courage to share how I feel. I'm scared to open my heart to love again. Yeah, it's like they're scared to open their heart because they know that relationships are intense. And they are. We all know that. They may have had an experience in the past where it's like, with that 3 of Swords in reverse, or something that they maybe haven't healed regarding relationships, home, family, how to grow that. They almost feel this energy of they sabotage a lot, or because they don't really understand how that can be a supportive environment for them. But there is just this energy of them being afraid of what it means to be vulnerable with themselves and other people. I need to work on my shadows. I agree. We deserve a new beginning. So that's what I have for you for this part of it. If you did resonate, make sure you hit the like button. But I am going to go into some guidance as well if you want to stick around for that to see what Spirit wants you to know right now about this connection or anything else. And there is this misdirected energy with them where it's like with the Magician, it's like, what are we building? You know, it's like this person has a hard time focusing on the goal at hand or building a firm foundation. And I feel like that was also what was coming through with you, is like with the Magician there and the 8 of Swords within your energy, like there's a feeling of just feeling like you don't know where this is headed, or feeling limited to understand what you're trying to manifest with this person, because there's this energy of being chaotic and not really agreeing on a firm vision of what this relationship should be, right? So what advice do we have for pile 3? 3 of Swords in reverse. The Magician in reverse. The Star, Rejuvenation, and Master, King of Cups in reverse. Ace of Cups, also at the back of the deck. I feel like Spirit is saying that this situation may really be triggering a lot of heartbreak or wounds from your past. And I feel like with this Star here, Spirit is saying there's a time period of renewed hope coming. And so if you're feeling very lost and feeling very broken and feeling like this kind of relationship has shattered your vision for the future, kind of left you in like this kind of a hopeless, depleted energy and a lack of inspiration here, right? The Fool. Yeah, kind of this energy of what's next? I'm kind of losing hope here. I'm feeling like you're losing some energy here, emotional and spiritual, passionate energy. And I feel like what Spirit is saying is this is a time period where you're going to be going through a lot of healing. And if you're feeling that way right now, that's okay. That's normal. That's a part of the process. But I feel like with this King of Cups in reverse, I do feel like it's an opportunity to balance out your own emotions and set standards for emotional maturity within your relationship too. In your relationship. So you can kind of set your sights on a new version of what you want to manifest. Because I just feel like right now it is feeling a little bit hopeless or feeling like you don't know the way forward. What advice we have? It says time to let go. Be playful. Yeah, and it could be that this heartbreak is stifling your energy right now, or stifling your ability to have fun, or kind of like let you like fun back in your life, like hanging out with friends, and you know, taking new opportunities. So I feel like with this be playful and it's time to let go, I feel like Spirit's saying, you know, this heartbreak may really be depleting your energy, and Spirit's saying they see a comeback, rejuvenation in the future for you. And with overcome any obstacle, I am getting that this is an opportunity to grow within your emotional maturity. And Yeah, then it says turn knowledge into wisdom. And so it's kind of time to reflect on this situation and understand what these obstacles were here for, why you suffered here. And it's time to kind of, I'm hearing like wise up, but that sounds kind of like rude, but like, it's more like it's time to take a step back from this and learn the lesson that was intended here, because I do feel like it's an emotional lesson and a time period of emotional growth for you. It always is when we go through these Three of Swords situations. And this is one of those situations that you're not meant to stay down. You're not meant to stay in this energy of pain and sadness and hopelessness. It's like Spirit saying, the more you're able to look at the situation and not look at the bright side, but look at what you learned and sort of understand what this taught you, the more healing will be available to you and the more you'll be able to rise again. Because I feel like you are, of course you are going to rise again, but I feel like there is a need to lean into it a little bit by being willing to let go of the pain of this connection, especially if this person isn't coming through in the best energy for you right now. So you can free up more energy for yourself. I feel like it's become draining for you. Okay, what advice do we have for pile 3? Yeah, we have fire. It's time to renew that flame within you. Fear in reverse, change, and release. Yeah, beautiful. I'm definitely getting that. Yeah, we have grieve in reverse. This is a time period of releasing what does not serve you. So it's a difficult transition. You're going through a lot of changes, and it's an out with the old, in with the new. And it is going to be hard because you are going to have to face fears and face difficult emotions, but you're going to come out of it with a lot more energy to create what you want to create. And Spirit's just really encouraging you to grieve this situation so you're not suffering from emotional fear from it anymore. Allow this to flow and allow yourself to get rid of what was toxic for you. And it's time to change those patterns and change those habits, and it may require letting go and grieving this connection, for now. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys, sorry, it was not even in view. All right. So that's what I have for you guys, pile 3. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe so you don't miss any of the future pick a card readings. Yeah, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. I enjoyed reading for you, and have a great rest of your day.